Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith. This is Smith of the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report, and we got some inside days cooking here in the broader averages. We got a few things cooking though. We got here you can see the SPY goes inside here on the 60, lower left. We're still inside on the month, but green. And now you can see this inside day. So that makes things interesting because we want to know, especially on a Tuesday when you have an inside day, because either side of this thing is going to take weekly continuity. So the question is it going to be a 2-1-2 reversal to the downside or continuation back to the upside? So we're kind of in a holding pattern as far as that's concerned. If you go to QQQ, also inside day here. So which side of this thing do we take out? And we got some day left. We might not stay that way, but as far as what we know to be true now, that's what's going on. So we got a few things happening here. We've got Apple event going on today. Maybe get your Apple iPhone 12. We'll see how that how they react to that right now. Gaps up a little bit and comes in just kind of sitting there doing nothing, kind of waiting for the event. So if you go down to the lower left, you're going to see this, the opening range, and stuck in here. How do you get outside of this opening range? And then if you do stay out. So we'll see what's going on there. It's also Amazon Prime Days. Let's go buy some more stuff we don't need, but for right now, Amazon just sitting there doing nothing. So it is what it is on those news events. So the good thing about some of these days, when you have an inside day in the broader averages, the stocks where they're going, the sector rotation kind of stands out a little bit more. So one of the things we look for is outside days, outside bars, right, where you take out both sides of the previous range. So since we know that exists, one of the things we look for is like Tesla. So Tesla, you can see here on the 60, they took them out. And when it starts coming back through here, that's an outside bar. We're looking to take this out, 448.74, and it took it out 448.89, right? It did it. Here gives you that outside day. And so if you go to your 30-minute, the good thing about that was then, since it does that, and since they're willing to pay up and sell down, here you go. There's the bottom of the try. And here's your slight higher high. If they're willing to do that once, they might be willing to do it again. And here you got a 2-2 reversal on the 30 for let's go the other way after the 2-2 reversal here on the 30 for the upside. And it was a nice entry on the opening on the 15. The slight lower low here, take out the lows, boom, 2-2 reversal here, right up to there and take it out and then marching back down. You can see this here, the 2 down, 2 up, shooter counters hammered there. You're back in on the 15 on the short side. Penn Gaming, trying to do that as well here, and you can see this got a little bit more to go here to take out that 67.60. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, we got some usual suspects going up. You got a Roku, and Roku just going into the highs. And once again, you can see this here. Once it pokes down and goes green and starts coming back through, you're going to have an outside day because we know outside bars exist. So boom, off she goes. Now it completes that. Still hanging near the highs. We'll see if that gives anything more. You did have this on the 60. The outside, inside, boom, into the highs. And so we'll see if that reloads. Watching these futures do nothing, so that's going to happen. If we go to Coop, still working. Still working, climbing up the wall of worry here. And you see this, we've been watching this the whole time. We're going to see if this plays out. The 2-2 reversal week, still good. 2, 2, 2, 2. Looking to come up and take this out. The broadening formation, which is your outside month down in the lower middle. Coop, still working. If you go to LVGO, and LVGO, here, lower middle, the inside month. It's also a hammer, so you can tell this here. The last few months, they had their shots if they were short. Didn't happen. I'm going to try the upside. Inside month to the upside here, above 144. That's still good. Magnitude was here. Take out 150. You did that, so we'll see if more comes of that from LVGO. If we go to Tandem, and Tandem, here, now here, and you see these 2 days here in the upper left. We're inside of this bar. So once you take out an inside bar, but you don't take out the mother bar, these become a 2-day inside pattern. So either side of these things, something I wanted to know about today. It didn't gap, moved through it, and off she goes, full time frame continuity to the upside. Monthly, the Momo hammer, right? We've seen a lot of those things like TTD. All right, the hammer on the top, boom, right? Still going, and you can see it on the daily, upper left. Still doing that thing, right? Oh, I think I'm going to get short. Are you? I think it's going to roll back down. Do you? Bam! Right there. Full green on all time frames. Taking care of business still. TTD. If we go to ZM, it's overvalued, is it? Good. Let's get it more overvalued. Inside week to the upside here. Now you can see these 3 weeks are still within this range, which is a slight concern, but anytime you can have all 4 time frames green, that's going to get my attention in ZM because we know what these guys can do to them. If we go to TDOC, and TDOC, let's just see triple quad C, what's going on here? Nothing. TDOC. So TDOC, we've been watching this one. Boom. Here she comes. Nice day you got there. And we've been watching this one because of this. Right? We talked about this. The slight lower low on the month, then the hammer, and above this, 227.85. Now trading 236.30. Still good. We can look for some more setups there. Came out the chute pretty quick, but we'll see if anything sets up for you over there. Here it was. The 2 down, the inside right here. Right here. Takes out the previous low, goes inside, and off to the races she goes. And right now trying to go directional 15er into the highs. Losing the futures just a tad here. So if we're not going to be inside day, one of the things we're going to be watching here in the next hour at least is the S&P 60. Spider. Which side of this inside bar can you take out? Right now, they're trying to fade a little bit. The fading is a lot of pandemic stocks, which I'll get to in a second. But you got VMW. And VMW here in the monthly. Inside month, poke down, boom, RevStrat month are here. Over 148.47, trading 154, almost 155, right? And that's still good for the rest of the month. Speaking about monthlies, eBay. eBay, right? Still going, and here you go. They shook them out yesterday, and now back to business. Outside week to the upside in the middle. Right, that's a triangle expansion, right? Because they were willing to pay up and sell down. Now that this rejection is still happening, trying to come up through this range. And here's your inside month. Poke down, boom, RevStrat monther, over 55.42, trading 57.34, still going so far. If we go to DDOG. DDOG, and here you can see green on the month, taking out last month's highs, taking out last week's highs, and then an inside day with the Momo hammer. Anybody got short down in this thing here in the upper left? Got it stuck to them right out the chute. Boom, magnitude was to take this out. It did that. Now we'll see if that resets up here, potentially inside 60, so we'll see what comes of that. If we go to NVAX, and NVAX, inside week to the upside here, right? So long as that's above 115.60, let's trade 118.63 this week. That's good. And you can see here the slight higher high on the day, then the lower low. Here's your 2-2 reversal here today. It didn't gap, and so when it took this out over 112.70, these two are going to become an outside bar of this, right? Yes, and so hopefully it can strengthen up enough to take out last month's highs for the 2 up, the 2 down, and take this out. Pick up some more steam over 126.54. You got some room on that. You can see here in the lower left, the inside 60s. If we go to, you can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. Pelotons. Peloton, here at the end of the day, you can see yesterday, the outside day, or the outside 60. Stop them out. Make it hard to stay long overnight. Then the morning, stop them out. All these guys are gone. And then that's an outside bar countered with a 2. And when we take this out, our magnitude is go back to the high and take that out. Did it. Peloton. Little guy Clovis waking up here a bit. And we'll see what comes of that. That gives you the outside weaker here. You can see coming back through previous range on the day. Now, once it takes these highs out, now you can see it exhausting to see if there's anything more in the tank there. If we go to Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, here's your reversal. Right? Your inside day, right, on a Monday, indecision. And then today, boom, 2 down, inside, back up comes Domino's Pizza. If we go to W, here's the inside day, and right back up. So that was actually an outside. It's gapped down just a touch to go 3 on the day. We call that a 1-bar RevStrat, where you're reversing the attempt to take the inside bar down. Boom, right in their face. We'll see if that sets up again. Once again, on the monthly, we're going after this thing right here, 313.87. That's where we can regain that. Roku goes to the highs as I speak. If we go to some downside, one of the good things about watching some of the gaps here is if they work, you can hold on and get a little bit more. WKHS. Right? We talked about this yesterday. You see this inside 60 here? There's your 212 reversal in the lower left. And then peak. And then where's it going to go? Take all these guys out for your triangular broadening formation. You see this? Take out the highs of here, then take out the lows, and that's all she wrote. That was pretty nice, which gives you the outside week. You see? Once that thing turned red on the week, boom, off she goes. If we go to, like I said, it's a lot of pandemics. Names affected by the pandemic. You got RCL here getting hit, taking out last week's lows. That's a 2-2 reversal. If you go to the 15er, you're going to see this. Here's your inside bar, poke up, your rev strat to the downside. We'll see. Of course, you can always watch CCL and some of those names like that there too. Marriott, more pandemia. And that's still an inside week. It's not the end of the world. It just did take out yesterday's lows. You can watch that with like H here, taking out yesterday's lows, and we'll see what more comes of that. Roku to the highs. Roku's still going. These broader averages still drying up with these inside days, so be aware of that. You've got EXPE, more pandemics. EXPE, and you can see this daily here. Takes out the highs, then the lows. That's a 2-2 reversal on the daily back down, right? And potentially an outside week if they want to keep crapping on this thing a bit. If we go to Boeing still weak here, still an inside week, but just watching them pandemics and airlines, the usual suspects with the pandemic names. You had Fox A getting hit here a bit, taking out last week's lows, and you can see this nice long red bar. We'll see if this sets up again for you and gives you a nice inside 60 to see if they want to get more measured move and keep pounding that. You got restaurants like DIN coming in here, pandemics, and you can see that taking out those lows and going after last week's lows. Still doji on the month, so not the end of the world. TDG, an inside week to the downside here in the upper middle. Potentially takes out the month here, and this is where it could really pick up some steam to the downside. 467.91. If we can take that out, we'll see if we get the inside 60 here. If we go to some financials too, PNC, inside day to the downside, right? Because JP Morgan earnings came out, and JP Morgan, outside day, right? So once you see this on the 60, go up like this and start going an outside 60, yeah, we're looking for outside day there too, right? And you got it. Now we'll see if it goes inside 60 and what they want to do with that. Peloton goes to the highs as I speak. If you go to Ameriprise Financial, here you can see upper left, take out one side, take out. That's a 2-2 reversal on the daily and still coming in, Ameriprise. If we go to ZBH, and ZBH, once again, potential 3-week, took out the slight higher high, coming back down. And then here in the daily, took out yesterday's highs on Monday, but was red, and then boom, coming back to previous range, didn't gap. That's a 2-2 reversal on the daily below 147.84, trading 145, not bad, we'd take that. Also, in the financials, you got here, you've got the 2-2 reversal in KIE insurers. Insurers having some problems here, and so we'll see on the 60 if this sets up the inside 60 to keep coming down through this. Clovis goes to the highs as I speak, and that's going to be your travelers here, and boom, and Aflac, very nice broadening formation. So you see how tight it is on the week. That's a bit of a problem, but if you just watch where they are in the formation, you'll see it like that. Aflac. If we go to Nvmi having some problems here, but we'll see that's trying to come back here. ESPR here, not totally falling apart, but once again, inside month to the downside, continuation. That's something I'd want to know about, so you can keep an eye on that. And last but not least, a little bit of SWKS with a lot of tech showing some strength here. You can see on the daily, just trying to go 2-2 on the day. So we'll see. We got the Apple event. We got a bunch of inside days in the futures to keep an eye on. So we'll just play it as we see it. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Channel here. Checker Talker with the Strat Time Report.